Sports.
We are sports. We are Southeast.
It's turned out to be a beautiful night for baseball in Washington, D.C. Tonight it's Game 2 of our day-night doubleheader between the Braves and the Nationals. The Kids did all right in Game 1. So did Bryce Harper as the Nats got healthy by an 8-3 final score. Hi again, friends. Chip Carey, my partner Joe Simpson will sashay by in just a few moments. Let's recap what happened in Game 1. The game was started by Max Fried, who looked very good the first couple of innings. He was able to start for the Atlanta Braves, but Max got knocked out on a 104-mile-an-hour line drive off Spencer Kaboom's bat. That chased him from the game. He was diagnosed with a groin strain. This was one of the craziest plays in the game. Juan Soto with a drive off the glove of Ender Inciarte. It was ruled a single, but because Turner went back to first base on the base hit, Soto overran the base runner and was called out. Then Bryce Harper and Zimmerman took over, a couple of home runs, 5 RBIs between them, and the Nationals wore out the Braves bullpen by that 5-run tally, 8-3 in Game 1. So my partner is back with us. Great game tonight, Game 2. Sean Newcomb for the Braves, Max Scherzer. What a treat. Two guys pitching at the top of their game right now.
I've been looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a terrific matchup tonight because Sean is coming off his best start as a major leaguer and came within a strike of pitching a no-hitter his last time out against the Dodgers, who have a very formidable lineup themselves. That game against the Dodgers, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, used primarily his fastball and a few breaking balls, but not many, and he was outstanding. Pitched over 100, threw over 130 pitches, and was strong to the very end, throwing 94 in his last inning.
And he's been a stopper, as you see, 8-1 after a Braves loss. And again, he'll have to be at the top of his game because you know all about Max Scherzer, all the Cy Youngs. 15 wins, and he's on a roll right now.
Take a look at these league standings. First in wins, first in strikeouts, first in opponent's average, very low. The only guy with a better ERA, well, the Braves just saw him a couple of days ago, Jacob deGrom. This season against the Braves, 3 starts. He's 2-1 with a 1.80 ERA in 20 innings. He's been very good, and no one expects him to be anything but very good tonight.
Well, hopefully Atlanta's bats will be very good early and often against Max Scherzer. Hopefully Atlanta can split the day-night doubleheader and head into Game 3 tomorrow. 1 win, 1 loss with Washington. It's Scherzer, it's Newcomb, it's the Braves, it's the Nats. Another biggie from Nats Park, and lineups and first pitch are coming right up.
Your local Ford dealer, the Georgia Lottery, and the All-South Highway Safety Team reminds you to play it safe by never mixing drinking and driving.
Well, time to put the pedal to the metal here in Washington. Braves got to earn a split today if they can. It's a warm, muggy evening. There is a chance of rain starting here in about an hour or so. We'll see if that comes to pass. We got a weather break at the end of Game 1 with thunder, lightning, and some scattered showers, but no interruptions, as Atlanta will try to interrupt a long winning streak for Max Scherzer, who has picked up 5 consecutive victorious decisions.
Max Scherzer, a three-time Cy Young Award winner. His last 4 games against the Braves, outstanding. 27 innings, 31 strikeouts against only 4 walks. He's gone 3-1 over that stretch. He's got the proverbial kitchen sink. Good fastball, slider, curve, change. He can throw it to both sides of the plate, left-handed, right-handed, doesn't matter.
And coming off a win against the Reds, he gave up 2 runs, only 4 hits in 6 innings. And he unleashes his first of the night, and it's a swing and a miss from Ronald Acuna back in the leadoff spot for game 2. And we are underway. 81 degrees with a gentle breeze so far. As Scherzer missed up and in. So that weather report brought to you by Checkers. Hopefully Mother Nature cooperates the rest of this night. Acuna, 11 homers, 28 driven in. And Jerry Lane, who has the plate for game 2, says that's good enough for strike 2. Little tapper hit toward Rendon at third. He'll throw on the run, and Acuna's retired for out number 1. Bit of a different look for the Braves in game 2. Brian Snitker's Toyota starting 9 features Charlie Culberson batting and playing second. Ozzie Albies is 1 for 11 lifetime against Max Scherzer, so he gets the game 2 starting assignment off. Freeman, Markakis, no surprises there. Suzuki, Enciarte, Camargo, Dansby, Swanson, then of course Sean Newcomb.
Yeah, and the damage that Culberson keeps putting on Washington, why not give him the start?
He had a long home run leading off the 9th inning in game 1. So give him a chance to get some more at bats. 6 homers, 28 driven in for Charlie. The pitch is lasered out of play right side. And we're even at 1-1. Braves are 3-2 on the road trip so far. They've won 6 of their last 8 games. The Braves enter game 2, 60 wins, 49 losses. And now the 1-1 pitch is hit toward right, but right at Bryce Harper, who makes a shoulder high catch. 2 out. And this should be a fun matchup all night. MVP candidate Freddie Freeman versus Cy Young candidate Max Scherzer. Freddie went 1 for 4 in game 1, scored 1 of the 2 Braves runs. 1 of the 3 Braves runs, I beg your pardon. That came in the 4th inning when Atlanta took a brief 1-0 lead.
Has a couple of homers off of Scherzer in his career. 7 for 30. That's saying something, the way this guy's career has gone. Scherzer.
Max Scherzer is an astounding 76 games over 500 for his career. 156 wins and a career .322 earned run average. One of the best. And the 2-0 is hammered foul. That'll bounce into the stands.
Yeah, and 34 years old now too.
3 more years left on his deal with the Nationals. They've got him signed through the end of the 2021 season, and he has been worth every penny they have paid him. What a competitor. The 2-1 pitch right there, and now even. Scherzer with 210 strikeouts in 155 innings. And here it is.
You often hear about in baseball the game within the game. This is one of the good games within tonight's game, is this matchup.
So a payoff pitch is on the way, and Freddie fouled it back. Hard to believe this is Scherzer's 4th year in a Nationals uniform. He's won 65 games in those 4 seasons, and he's not done yet here in 2018 with a 15-5 mark. And there's his first strikeout of the night. Max Scherzer took a little off, and Freeman is down on strikes. It's a 1-2-3 opener for Max Scherzer. Against the Dodgers, Joe, hard to believe that was 9 days ago.
Yeah, 3 extra days rest for him. He's 10-5, a 3.23 ERA on the year, but his numbers against Washington and against the rest of the teams in the East don't really match up. 5+ ERA against the Nats, a 1.16 against everybody else in 5 starts. We'll get to his Ford Keys after the first pitch.
Which is coming to Trey Turner, the National shortstop, who had a big game 1, 3 hits. And there's a strike from Newcomb at 92.
In those games against Washington in his career, walks have been a key. He's walked 10 batters in 15 1/3 innings. He cannot do that tonight. And hopefully he can back up what he did against the Dodgers with another good effort and gain confidence from that outing against LA to show what he can do.
134 pitches against the Dodgers, I'm sure, is one reason why he has so many extra days of rest.
Could be, yeah. Certainly didn't hurt to have those.
And what was so amazing about his performance against LA, you've heard of pitchers having such good stuff they could win with 1 pitch. Well, by and large, that's exactly what Sean did. He threw 102 fastballs out of 134 pitches in that game. Only a handful of curveballs, a slider or 2, and only 23 changeups.
Yeah, he was really awesome. Located his fastball well, got a lot of swings and misses.
And the 2-2 almost hit Trey Turner. Full count. So it might take a hitter or 2 to knock a little bit of that rust off for Sean. Turner lined out to start game 1, but it was a long at bat against Fried. He's going to line to center, which is exactly the way game 1 started for him. There's the first out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it for the Nationals, whose offense is rolling. They've scored 84 runs in their last 12 games. The only change for game 2 is the catcher, Matt Wieters. Against the start, Washington with 8 runs, 12 hits in game 1, has won 9 of 12 games and have a +46 run differential in those games.
And the Braves couldn't keep this guy off the bases. After that was scored a hit on the play where Soto overran Turner. Credited with a hit. That's 5 times he reached base.
3 walks, 2 singles, a run, and an RBI. He has been sizzling hot over these last 12 games, not surprisingly for Washington. And with those 3 walks, now as many walks as strikeouts.
Pretty amazing.
And a .316 batting average. The 0-2 pitch to him. His line toward left field. That ball is deep. Acuna will wave adios. An opposite field home run.
If you were with us in game 1, you might have heard me make a comment off the top of my head about if he's 19. Well, he is. He's bona fide 19. And he is a full-grown man. He is strong, and he is one heck of a player. And you might, well, just write his name in on the Rookie of the Year award right now.
Yeah, he is not playing like a teenager.
No, he's not. But see the wide stance? As I said in the first game also, you've got to be tremendously strong to generate that kind of power from that kind of stance.
So Newcomb surrenders his 13th home run. Soto has hit his 14th, and Washington strikes in the first inning behind Max Scherzer. It's 1-0. Here's Rendon, the Washington third baseman, 1 for 4 with an RBI. And that's hammered down the line, but headed for the seats. And it's even, a ball and a strike.
We've seen the Nationals like this before, Chip. You know, remember a couple of years ago when the Braves couldn't come in here and scratch out a win? That's what the way they're playing right now reminds me of. Playing with a lot of confidence again, perhaps have their swagger back, and they're playing like people expected them to.
Well, I don't want to bring up the Joe Stradamus comments, because you talked about this 10-12 days ago, that beware the Nationals, not because of anything the Braves can or can't do, but this team's too good to have played as flatly as they had over 100 games or so.
That and not having their team on the field. Getting Zimmerman back is huge. Murphy's also big, of course, but Ryan Zimmerman's such a big part of this team, and right in the middle of the lineup, that was huge getting him back.
And their general manager, Mike Rizzo, remember a week ago or so, he said, look, if we don't have a big series in Miami, we may have to break this up, or at least we'll consider it.
Right.
They didn't. And I'm sure that sent a great message to the guys in that Nationals locker room, because they are rolling, playing great. They're winning 9 of 12 games. This is a club that looked just defeated in June and July. They went 20-30. Can you believe that? A Nationals club winning 20 of 50 games? Well, they're 5-1 in August. And Soto's had a big hand in that. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rendon is down on strikes. 1 in, 2 outs, and strikeout number 1 in front of Bryce Harper.
That was a good off-speed pitch. Had to resort to that to get Rendon, who fouled off a bunch of them. Perfect spot, too.
That's something else he did against the Dodgers. His off-speed stuff was dying at that back point of the plate.
Yeah.
So here's Harper. Bryce Harper has gotten red hot. 4 homers, 16 RBIs, and 14 runs after the All-Star break. So you look at their lineup. Turner's hot. Soto's hot. Harper is hot. Murphy is heating up. Not too many places to go get outs 1 through 8 right now. And on this lineup card, 1 through 9, because Scherzer's a terrific hitter. And this is your Bringing His Best feature, brought to you by Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball.
Since the All-Star break, take a look at the numbers. Those look familiar, don't they? That's more Harper-like. And again, if you weren't with us in the first game, the scouting report was and proved to be accurate that he's hitting the ball up the middle more. He's hitting the ball to left center. And he had a base hit and an RBI to left field in the first game. Still turned on one and hit it in the seats also.
So Newcomb back even with Harper. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nationals have 50 games left, including this one. Braves have 53 left, including this one. This is going to be some kind of race in the East. Pop fly out of play, foul. Harper still alive at 2-2. Braves are trying to chase down the Phillies. Braves are a game and a half back at the start of game 2 action. The Phillies are in Arizona. Nick Pivetta and Zach Greinke get started in a couple of hours. The 2-2 is bounced toward first. Freeman's going to scoop that up, and that is the inning. But Soto hits another homer. An opposite field shot 4 rows back into left. 1-0 Washington after 1 in game 2. For $59.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game and get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.tv to take advantage of this special offer. Special player in left for Washington. The ball really traveled to left and left center in game 1, and he showed you his power. A solo home run puts Washington in front as Nick Markakis stands in to start the Braves second. Speaking of special players, Nick Markakis has been that for the Braves. Another multi-hit game. His 44th of the season came in game 1. 2 singles and an RBI. And he has done great work against the East. That's our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot feature.
On the road against the East, take a look at the numbers. Unbelievable. 337, 400 on base. But I mean, you could break down Nick's numbers just about any way you want against any team you want. They all come out the same.
Yeah.
300, 400, and depending on what the time frame is, always just about a run scored or an RBI per day. Quite a season.
No balls, 2 strikes. With nobody out. And a high fly ball to center, but right at Taylor, who retreats. He makes the catch for out number 1. You might notice the light colored grass in center field. There's nothing wrong with the field. Like so many other major league organizations, the Nationals are utilizing their home ballpark for other events. They've had a couple of big concerts here, including the Eagles. And that's where the stage was set up, so some of that grass has to get a little healthier. But it hasn't posed any problems for either Taylor or Inciarte defensively. Here's Kurt Suzuki. And Scherzer gets ahead of him. Strike 1.
It might be a little faster than normal.
Kurt's got 8 hits against Max, including a home run. And that's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. You look at Scherzer's strikeouts to walks. They're crazy numbers. 211 strikeouts, 38 walks, 155 innings. As this one's popped towards short, and drifting out is Turner. He's got it. I would assume, Joe, as a hitter, you know he's going to be around the plate, but his stuff's so good you still can't hit it.
No, but everything's moving. Fastball moves, sinks. It's not like it cuts, but he's got that vicious slider that's really his awesome out pitch. But he'll change speeds on things too. He'll take a little off, put a little on. He can do that. He's just flat out good. Works at it. It didn't start out that way when he was first drafted in the first round by Arizona.
Boy, has he blossomed in Detroit and now here in Washington. And a shot to right. Harper is going to have to play that on a hop. And there goes the no-hit bid. A ringing single by Inciarte with 2 outs. He didn't wait to get to 2 strikes. Jumped all over the first one and is rewarded with his first hit of the day.
Ender led off the first game. Went 0 for 4. But he's been swinging the bat real well. Had a big 3-hit game Sunday in New York. And jumped all over that mistake, which was also a slider. Good swing. He's having a good second half.
18 hits for Ender after the All-Star break, and he's got a big lead. Johan Camargo is the batter.
Here's another game within the game. One of the things holding runners that Scherzer likes to do is literally hold on to the baseball until the hitter steps out. He will wait a long time to try to freeze the runner. We first saw him go out to warm up today. We actually saw him going through that drill without a baseball, without his glove on. He's kind of coming to a set position and pausing.
Ender with 23 steals. His last was on July 4th at Yankee Stadium. He's got a pretty good lead here with 2 outs. Not going. And the pitch is slashed past Turner into left center field. Ender will cut the bag at second. He's going to make it to third without a throw. And back-to-back hits for the Braves have them in business with 2 outs here in the second inning.
Well, once again, they're playing Camargo up the middle. They were playing him a little shift on in the first game, and he rolled a base hit through the left side for an RBI. You can see Rendon well off the line and Turner way up the middle, and he gets it through there again. Let's see if they adjust next time around against him.
Braves have scored 209 runs with 2 outs this year. Boy, a tally here right after Soto homered would be great.
Sure would.
Dansby's done good work with 2 outs this year. Let's see what he can do with first and third and 2 outs. And Scherzer gets ahead with a strike. Max has a base open at second base, and Newcomb is the Braves pitcher who would be next. But he'd like to get Swanson and start the third with the Atlanta pitcher. Oh, 2.
That was a pretty good swing at that pitch. It looked like Dansby was looking for that slider, breaking away from him, and he was going out there to get it. We noticed him at the end of the game in game 1 when he fouled off so many pitches to stay alive and reach on an error that he was kind of shaking his right wrist. I hope that's okay.
No balls, 2 strikes. Broken bat, bouncer towards short. Turner's got it. Long throw. Scoop at first, and Scherzer's out of second inning trouble. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left, 1-0 Washington in game 2.
It is Nationals 1, Braves 0. Now we have some good and some bad news for you. We'll start with the bad news. The Braves made some roster moves between these games here. Max Fried and Shane Carl were both sent to the DL. Now Max Fried was sent with a left groin strain. He said this happened whenever he was trying to move away from the comebacker in that second inning of game 1. There is no timetable on his return, and for Shane Carl, he's been put on the DL with right shoulder inflammation. Now for the good news. The Braves were able to add some bullpen depth. So Adam McCreary and Wes Parsons are here. They will be, I've been told they will be available out of the bullpen tonight, guys.
All right, Kelsey, thank you very much. And that's a shame about Max Fried. And if the groin problem is a moderate problem and there's no ill effects from that line drive off Spencer Kieboom's bat, I would think Max would feel very fortunate after that second inning blow that knocked him from the game. That could have been a lot worse.
He said it got him in the lower back. So it missed a rib, didn't break a rib, but boy, inflicted enough punishment as it was.
So it's Newcomb versus Zimmerman to start the Nationals' second inning. Zimmerman had a big game 1, 3 extra base hits, 3 RBIs, including a home run.
The home run he hit was about a shoulder high fastball too. Straightaway center.
Sean winds and fires, and that's too high. 3 balls and a strike. He's not quite as sharp yet as we saw against LA. 26 pitches with nobody out here in the second. And a leadoff walk. So that's one of Joe's Ford Keys walks. There's the first one of the night. Hopefully the last one for Mr. Newcomb. Daniel Murphy's the hitter.
First walk he issued against the Dodgers was leading off the 6th inning. Walked Yasiel Puig, but able to pitch around that.
So Sean now with 16 career innings against the Nationals. That's 16 walks. Here's Murphy, batting .288 and in for a strike. Daniel went 0 for 3 in the opener. As Joe told you, this guy is almost impossible to strike out. Puts the ball in play, works deep counts. Had a 9-pitch at bat his first time up. This one's grounded toward Charlie. There's one, and the return to first is in time, a double play. That's exactly what Newcomb needed. 2 for the price of 1, and 2 are out, bases empty.
Nice turn by Charlie. Doesn't get a chance to play second base that much, but he's adept at playing any of the infield positions. He did a nice job there of giving Dansby a nice feed.
Michael Taylor's the hitter. And hitting .239. The pitch a little late. Big year for Taylor last year. Huge postseason run for the Nationals. It hasn't carried over into regular season play this year. 93 strikeouts and a little more than 300 at bats. And a .303 on base percentage. But an excellent defensive center fielder. A ball and a strike. Bases empty. 2 outs. 1-0 Washington the lead on a Juan Soto first inning homer.
Nationals with an excess of outfielders traded away. Brian Goodwin, you might remember a few weeks ago.
To the left side. Dansby backhands. Long throw and good communication with Dansby and Camargo. The Braves shortstop makes the peg, and Newcomb has an easy second. He'll lead off the third down a run. Has been a big day around Major League Baseball. Boy, some notable achievements as we'll show you on This Day in Baseball History, brought to you by Geico.
What is it about August 7th? I mean, it's just nuts. Frank Thomas, Wade Boggs with big milestones, Greg Maddux 300th win, Bonds number 756, and Ichiro Suzuki more recently with his 3,000th hit. It's a good day to do something.
Yes, sir. Be a great day to beat Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Which has happened but once this year for Atlanta. Sean Newcomb will lead off. Acuna and Culberson will follow. And that's up high in the strike zone, says Jerry Lane. Late call, strike one. That scatters the Braves on a ricochet off the net. And Scherzer's up. No balls, 2 strikes.
That game the Braves beat him this year was his first start against Atlanta of the year back on April 4th. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, but only 2 were earned.
If memory serves, Wilmer Defoe made an error, and I think Preston Tucker hit a home run. What was that date? April
4th. Yeah, there was a home run hit, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And that was at Atlanta.
And that's exactly what happened. 3-run homer by Preston Tucker in the first inning, and the Braves cruise 7-1 behind Mike Foltynewicz. And that's strike 3. Sean Newitt, second strikeout for Max Scherzer. Speaking of Preston Tucker, he's in Cincinnati with the Reds. He got hit on the foot with a pitched ball. He was seen after the game in a walking boot and crutches yesterday.
Oh, no.
And that's on the heels of Joey Votto getting injured. He's got a sore knee, may not play tonight. Didn't play yesterday either for Cincinnati. And when he doesn't play, that's news.
Right.
But the Reds are winning 1-0 in New York.
They were delayed at last report. They were having a little rain up there.
Well, so far so good tonight. Very comfortable 81-degree evening. And Scherzer starting to pump strikes more consistently. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball hammered toward right center. Taylor got a great jump. Boy, he covered a lot of ground on that ball. It was hit hard. But Ronald is the second out. 2 are away in the Braves' third.
See Taylor in center. Great crossover step. Good jump. You know, one of the pitches that Scherzer uses that's so effective is a front door slider. He's got so much confidence that he's not going to hang it inside and get it hit hard. And he causes the right-handed hitters to give up on it or flinch, and he gets it in there for a called strike, which is what he did to Acuna. And then he came back with like a cutter of some sort on the outside corner, 86 miles an hour, and all Ronald could do was hit it the other way, but not with a lot of authority.
He's starting to paint now. It's 0-2. Charlie Culberson, who lined out to Harper his first time up. We're in the third inning. 1-0. Nationals have the lead. And he'll do that every now and then. He'll drop his arm angle ever so slightly. Especially against the right-hand hitters, just to give them something else to think about.
Very Smoltz-like.
And the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Up and in at 96. And a breaking ball is hammered toward left. Soto on the run, still going. It hangs up for him in the corner, and he got there. And that retires the side. Charlie gave it a ride, but Soto tracked it down, and Scherzer's through 2.5 with the lead. of inning number 3.
Visit Synovus for your banking, lending, and investing needs. Synovus, the bank of here.
And the first man he'll face is Matt Wieters, the Nationals catcher, then Scherzer, then Turner. 1-0 Washington leads on a Soto first inning homer.
Good breaking ball, getting his bearings a little bit after an extra day or two of rest in between starts. Tough year for Wieters, the former Georgia Tech star who has battled a lot of injuries this season.
High towering fly ball to left. Acuna goes back to the track. Look at that ball, keep carrying out toward the Braves bullpen. Well, you hit it high, it's going to fly that way. And Wieters just missed. 1 out.
What's the name of that street, Chip?
Half
Street?
Yes.
It's almost like there's a little bit of a tunnel, wind tunnel, with the wind blowing out that way that kind of channels everything toward the Braves bullpen. They've got all these new structures outside the ballpark, and Half Street is the opening.
Don't just lay one into Max Scherzer, as we have seen.
No.
This guy is an excellent hitter. Check out these numbers at the plate. That's 14 for 48 and 5 RBIs. And he's helped himself against the Braves at the plate. One of those hits, I believe, a pinch hit down in Atlanta.
Yeah, it led to a win. He's 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter.
Ground ball. He does it again. A 2-strike hit for Max Scherzer. So he's 15 for 49.
I put him over 300. Oh, big slow hook. Got a good look at that. Able to stay back and poke it.
So that is the second Washington hit. Trey Turner, the batter, he lined out to center his first time up. And this one's popped over the Nationals dugout, foul, strike 1. Two singles, a double, a run scored, an RBI, and a steal for Trey Turner in the opener. And a bouncing ball foul. See if Sean can finish him off. 0-2. Bouncing ball left side. Dansby's going to go to second. And that's all Atlanta's going to get. They force Max Scherzer, who went in hard but cleanly at the bag. He trades places with Trey Turner. The crowd applauds Scherzer's hustle. He's the second out.
So now you got to keep an eye on Turner.
And his 30 stolen bases.
31 now after getting one in game 1.
That's right. Beg your pardon.
Got to deal with this guy first, too.
Well, this is going to be such an interesting rivalry in the years to come. The Braves and Nationals. Washington's already gotten to the playoffs the last couple of years. The Braves hoping to get back. But the young players on these two teams that are going to hopefully lead them to great rivalry years in the seasons ahead. Soto, certainly one of those players for the Nationals. They like Oscar Robles a lot. And you know all about Albies and Acuna. and all the young Atlanta pitching. And this is going to be so much fun to watch for the next decade or so. We've got a front row seat. That's a strike, even count, 1-1. I mean, it's so refreshing to see 19 and 20-year-olds come up and do what they're doing. Again, they're not playing like players of such tender age. Another strike. It's 1-2.
I don't know if I thought this or if I said it before about Soto. He's left-handed, and the guy I'm going to mention was right-handed, but he reminds me of Cesar Cedeno, who came up as a teenager also for Houston years ago. Big and strong, could run, could do everything.
Well, we talked about it in game one. Where would Washington have been had this guy not come up and played as well as he has? I mean, Robles was their first choice, but he got hurt.
One man's misfortune.
Right?
Yep.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is fouled away. Look how strong he is to hit this ball a long way the other way.
Inside out, opposite field, 386 feet.
It's our StatCast AI powered by AWS.
His 14th.
And 39th RBI. Another 1-2 is off the plate. And again, it's not just the power numbers. How often you see 19-year-old players come up and hit for this kind of power, hit for this kind of average, and hit with this kind of plate discipline?
Yeah,
I mean, he's been around the league a while now.
That was the report on him. Great knowledge of the strike zone.
Newcomb's ready for his 50th pitch. No, he's not.
There's kind of a dilemma with Dave Martinez, and that is, you know, you turn Turner loose and then leave a base open where the Braves pitch around Soto or try to get him to chase pitches. The advantage for them is that Rendon's next.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Jerry Lane rings him up at the plate. And Newcomb strikes out Soto to gain a measure of revenge here in the home third. No runs, a hit. 1 man left. Time for the 4th inning. Freddie Freeman will get it started. It's 1-0 Nationals. The 4th inning, and he is tonight's Coors Timeless Moment feature of the game. Freddie Freeman has enjoyed facing the Washington Nationals.
both home and the road. Good numbers against them. 326 average, 18 homers. And at this ballpark the last 5 years, incredible numbers. Again, it's kind of like Nick and what we were talking with him. You can pair up any opponent you want and any time frame, and you're going to find some good numbers for this guy.
Steve McCaddy was one of my favorite people to talk to on an opposing ball club, and he was always so helpful with us, breaking down what was going on with the Nationals pitching staff. But it was always fun for us to look into the Nationals dugout when Freddie Freeman was up, and you could just see Steve McCaddy developing an ulcer.
You're just gnashing his teeth.
Hat was off. He's mopping his brow. He's looking down at his shoe tops, trying to figure out something that will retire Freddie Freeman. Well, Scherzer got him in the first inning with a swinging strikeout, the first of 2 punch-outs tonight. And that's in for a called strike, 2-1. Steve McCaddy, by the way, is the AAA pitching coach at Charlotte for the White Sox. They've got a nice stable of youngsters at AAA. The 2-1 is way outside, ball 3. Let's get him in the stretch for a little while. See if that causes Scherzer some trouble. Gave up back-to-back second inning hits with 2 outs, but Dansby grounded out to end the threat. And Freeman takes a walk, and a leadoff man is aboard for the Braves. First time that's happened tonight.
He's so good. You hate to call it a gift, but you get a leadoff walk from this guy. It feels like it. Great at bat for Freeman.
137 hits for Markakis, 44 multi-hit games for Nick, with a 2-for-4 effort in game 1. He's up for the second time against Scherzer. He flied out to center.
You know, there aren't any secrets anymore with respect to the video and the scouting reports and racking up some at bats against a guy like Scherzer. You know what he throws, and you faced him enough to know how he goes about his business to try to get you out. It's just a matter of you trying to anticipate and in some ways guess right about when he's going to use it. And you're not always right. Sometimes he'll make a mistake, but that's really something when you're trying to match wits with the guy.
And you know what he has. You have an idea of what his patterns are, and he still has won 15 of 20 decisions. A ball and a strike. And that's also, I think, what makes him so special. When he misses, it's by an inch, not by 6 inches. There are a lot of tantalizing pitches the hitters watch go by and hope they're called balls. That one clearly off the plate, though. Good eye by Nick. Goes ahead now, 2-1. And then he throws that lollipop at you. And it's an even count.
You get ahead of him, and then he does that to you.
And I guess that's part of his mastery, his ability to get strikes on pitches that aren't. That was Exhibit A for Max Scherzer. 1 on, nobody out. 1-0 game.
Here's something for you. The most walks he's issued in a game this year is 3, and he's done that 5 times. 3 walks. Of those 5 games, he's lost 4 of them. He's 15-5, so those certainly are, one would assume, a contributing factor to 4 of his 5 losses.
Let's see if Freddie runs. Nick's often tough to strike out. He's going, and it's fouled away. Like that, got to try to make something happen against this guy. Markakis had a good pitch to hit, fouled it straight back. So Scherzer's ready for his 50th pitch.
Wieters at 31% on caught stealings. He's got a real quick release.
Runner goes. Pitch is lifted toward left. Soto on the run. That's slicing and out of reach. Nick's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He entered today's action with a .269 batting average with 2 strikes.
That's excellent.
Freeman again leads at first. Again he takes off, and it's a shot into right center field, a base hit. Taylor will try to cut it off, and he did. Freeman's on his way to third. He'll stop there, and Atlanta has action. First and third, and nobody out. Markakis with another outstanding at bat.
The 2 guys, the 2 stalwarts in the middle of the order, 2 really good at bats. With Freddie drawing a walk and Nick on a 3-2 count after fouling off a couple of pitches, squares that up. This was a real nice play by Taylor, again, to cut a ball off and keep Nick at first base.
So an 8-pitch at bat for Markakis, and the Braves are in business now. A chance for a fly ball of depth to get the game tied. Kurt Suzuki's the batter. And he's 0 for 1. Braves have out hit the Nationals 3-2 at this point.
Good swing by Suzuki. Nick's got better numbers against him than anybody. 8 for 22 now with a homer.
Kurt's a former National. Let's see if he can scald his former club with a big hit here. Now it's popped up and headed for the seats. One reason why the Braves have turned around the season series, Joe, up and down the lineup. Some guys have had good luck against the Nationals, including tonight's Yellowwood brand bringing the lumber feature, Kurt Suzuki.
Yeah, we showed you Freddie's numbers. Here's Kurt's, his last 17 games against Washington. 6 and 14. Take that. And their pitching staff.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kurt fought that off.
And he's got a battle on his hands now, 0-2.
We're in the 4th inning, 1-0 Washington. Great chance for the Braves with nobody out, first and third.
That's his Sunday best fastball there. He knows Kurt's trying to guard the plate, try to put it in play, get that runner in, tie the game. And he busted him with his best fastball in, and Kurt spoiled it.
Ciarte and Camargo, the first 2 with hits against Scherzer. They're waiting next. So again, it's 0-2. Great battle continues. And Suzuki will see a 6th pitch.
Looked like a changeup that Nick hit for the single. It looked like another changeup that wasn't where he wanted it.
Struck him out. Scoreboard said that was a cutter. Whatever it was explosive. Down and away from Kurt, and he couldn't lay off. 1 out.
Must have been in fastball, must have been changeup, and then his A1 pitch, his out pitch. Slider.
So first and third, 1 out. Ender swung at the first pitch and ripped a single. That came with 2 outs in the second. This is a big at bat in this game.
Huge. You want to beat Max Scherzer? You get first and third, nobody out. You got to come away with at least 1.
Scherzer not happy with that pitch. It missed badly. Ball 2. .96 up around the letters, and Ender couldn't lay off. 2-1. Again, he gets strikes on pitches that aren't.
Sit on a pitch now here if you're Ender. 3-1. Look for a zone. Look for a pitch in a zone. If you get it, wear it out. If not, you got another pitch to work from.
Check swing, and that almost took out Eric Young at first base. And it's a full count.
3-1 changeup.
Hung a changeup to Markakis that cost him a hit. He's gone with that slider or cutter an awful lot to get swings and misses. What do you think you'll do here?
I think you'd keep the ball away, personally.
The pitch. Top of the zone at 97. Best fastball of the night.
Absolutely it is. See, that's another thing about a guy like Scherzer is that there's always a little something held back. You know, he's not trying to throw his best heater all night long. He's been sitting around 95, and then he breaks out 97.
He's had a long inning, but he still leads by a run. The 3-2 pitch. And we'll do it again. Good at bat for Ender. Scherzer ready. Another payoff pitch. Popped up to second. And Murphy says he's got it, and that's a huge second out.
Made pitches when he had to, and he gets tougher when he has to. His numbers get better and better. So now with 2 out runners in scoring position, just a 127 average against him.
Well, Camargo has a hit. He had an RBI in game 1 that came with 2 outs. The Braves would love to have another one here. And Scherzer, when he got the ball back from Murphy, was like a raging bull as he got to the top of the mound. He was fired up after he won that sequence with Ender. Now Camargo digs in. 1st and 3rd, 2 away, and then buzzed inside. Ball 1.
Well, he's accomplished a lot. 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and he's prevented a ground ball from being hit. Strike out and a pop up.
Wanted that pitch, didn't get it. Ball 2.
A little wide, backdoor pitch.
He's about to throw his 30th pitch of this inning. And it missed badly.
98. His adrenaline's flowing too. Tough inning, trying to pitch through it. Having to work hard to do it.
Number 31 with pitch number 31 of the inning. A 3-0 slider.
How about it?
Three balls and a strike now.
It's like he goes right back to the top of the zone and trusts his stuff, trusts his fastball.
And again, he has a base open. He's not afraid to lose Camargo. But he preferred to end the inning right here. Big crowd on its feet, urging Scherzer on. Can Camargo spoil the party? Markakis will be off and running at first. There he goes. Ground ball hit towards second. Murphy to a knee. And Scherzer got out of 1st and 3rd. Nobody out. The Braves couldn't get it out of the infield. It took him 33 pitches, but Scherzer preserves a 1-0 lead.
Nothing as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And if you know Braves manager Brian Snitker, you know that his grandsons Luke and Jude are his world. They're always over at SunTrust Park at the ballpark. Every off day he spends with them. Well, today is a very special day because the twins turn 3 years old today. So Luke and Jude, your grandpa asked us to send you a huge happy birthday wish and let you know how much he loves you and how much he cannot wait to get back and see you guys.
He calls those beautiful grandchildren thunder and lightning.
Yeah, and they are.
Yes. Great kids. What a wonderful family Brian is blessed with. And happy birthday. Luke and Jude, 3 already. That doesn't seem possible.
Crazy.
As Anthony Rendon leads off for Washington in the 4th inning, he struck out on something off speed his first time up. Newcomb gave up a first inning run, nothing since, and he's got to keep it right there with Max Scherzer his mound opponent. Scherzer had to throw 33 pitches in the top of the 4th. Let's see if Sean can have an easier time. And that's back and foul. 0-2. Popped him up. Rendon will sky to right center. Ender drifts back and he makes the catch. And that's out number 1.
It's good to get that first out after a long sit for Sean, especially with this part of the order.
Bryce Harper is part of that order. He bounced out to Freddie Freeman his first time up. Nats folks say Harper's a different guy after his home run derby win here at Nationals Park during the All-Star festivities, and his numbers after the break lead you to believe he has been rejuvenated here at home.
It's almost like he had some fun and enjoyed himself and started enjoying the game again.
Yeah, you remember a couple of years ago the mini controversy with Bryce Harper in spring training. He wore the caps that said make baseball fun again. Well, it seems like it is fun again for him and for his club, which means it's not fun for everybody playing the Nationals right now. Two balls, no strikes.
Well, we also said when we were here last that if they were going to go anywhere, they had to get him in gear. He had to step up, and he has.
A run on 2 hits for Washington. No runs, 3 hits for the Braves, who've left 4 on base against Scherzer. 2 of the 4 at third base.
Like Sean's having a hard time seeing the sign from Kurt.
He's got the tape on his fingers. And this one's banged foul at first. Here's Bryce having a little fun.
His home run and then Zimmerman's home run.
Winning covers up a lot of stuff, doesn't it? The Nats have done that a lot. They've won 9 out of 12, and I think you're right, Joe. They can't get together on the signs, or he can't see them.
I don't think he can see them. He's got them, his fingernails taped or glossed, as you said. Got to figure out something different.
We've seen Tyler Flowers and Kurt Suzuki use the fingernail tape all year long, but they've also used the bright yellow color. That's something that'll change after this half inning.
I mean, they could go to pats like on the chest protector, the shin guard, or the mask. They could go to something like that, go to a count.
The 2-2 is cut on and missed. That sign worked. 3 strikeouts for Sean Newcomb. Harper goes down for the 121st time on strikes. 2 outs.
This is how he was painting, though, against the Dodgers. If he needed to throw a fastball away, if he was behind in the count, he was able to do it. He was able to put it in a good spot. Great pitch.
He walked Zimmerman, who was then erased on a double play back in the 2nd. Nationals all of a sudden have a log jam at first base. They've got Zimmerman, they have Mark Reynolds, and they have Matt Adams.
Yeah.
Nice problem to have. With Zimmerman back, Reynolds has become kind of the forgotten man in the lineup. Adams gets a lot of playing time against the right-handed pitchers. Zimmerman against the lefties. And those two guys, Adams and Reynolds, kept him afloat when,
Boy, did they.
Zimmerman was out with an oblique problem. And a line drive into left. Acuna will scamper over and make that play on a hop. And Zimmerman's aboard for the second time. That's his 4th hit today. He had 3 of them in game 1.
You know, Chip, it's almost like with both of these pitchers, their fastball has so much life that you just hope they make a mistake. And that was a changeup that was left in the middle of the plate, and he hit it hard. Same thing with Markakis on his base hit. Relatively speaking, same thing with Ender on his against Scherzer. So not having a whole lot of luck, either one of them, either side, on the opponent's fastball.
One of which Murphy just took for a called strike. Game number 44 for Daniel Murphy. And already 40 hits for him. And as Joe said in game 1, he is a real tough guy to strike out. 139 at bats. He has struck out 13 times. That's once every 10 at bats. Two balls and a strike.
Got him to hit the ball, put it in play and hit into a double play. He does not run well with that injury to his knee, bouncing back from that. Try not to walk him.
Now it's a full count. In years past, Murphy was a great number 2 hitter on this Washington club. You'd have Turner first, Murphy second, Harper third, Zimmerman fourth. But your point about his knee, top of the order, he probably clogs the bases a bit. Pitch. Swing and a miss, and a rare strikeout. Murphy is victim number 4 for Newcomb. What a duel tonight. Atlanta's down only 1 as we go to the 5th inning at Nats Park. On a first inning home run. Scherzer and Newcomb are rolling. Max will go to the 5th inning. Down at the bottom of the order, Swanson, Newcomb, and Acuna coming up. 5th inning is always brought to you by Audi Q5. Dansby grounded out with a couple of runners aboard in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. And Scherzer delivers a strike. Then a crossfire fastball at 94. It's 0-2. Their partner right now, Kurt Suzuki and Matt Wieters, are in the rocking chair. Both pitchers have excellent control.
They really are. They can really put down whatever they want, especially Wieters with so many to pick from.
And Dansby chased. He ended up on his right knee. Scherzer struck him out. 1 away in the 5th inning. Today's August 7th. August is Chipper Month. Join us this Friday when the Brewers are in town. The first 20,000 fans get a Chipper Jones Hall of Fame replica plaque. That's brought to you by SunTrust. If you're with us on Saturday, August 18th, and are one of the first 20,000 at SunTrust Park, you'll get your own Chipper Crazy Train bobblehead presented by Napa. August 18th features the Rockies. Brewers, Marlins, and Rockies, the 10-game homestand coming up for the Braves.
I don't know if Sean has any intention of swinging, but I like what he's doing. He just wait until he gets to 2 strikes, making Scherzer throw an extra pitch or 2.
One ball, 2 strikes. Heard Kelsey's report earlier tonight. Max Fried and Shane Carl both placed on the disabled list between games for the Braves. Wes Parsons and Adam McCreary have been called up and are active for game 2. Little chopper. Murphy's got it. He'll shovel to first in time. 2 outs. And Scherzer's retired 5 straight since Markakis's 4th inning hit.
Very fortunate in some ways because of those injuries that there was a big enough gap between game 1 and game 2 that the Braves had a chance to get those guys here. I'm assuming they're here ready to go. Max Fried on the DL along with Shane Carl.
Carl with a shoulder, Fried with a groin, and a bruise to boot.
Yeah.
Here's Acuna 0 for 2. Ronald has bounced out and flied out. And that's fouled away. He too went to a knee with a hard swing and is down a strike. Mentioned Milwaukee's coming to town. They're home and clobbering San Diego 4-0. 4 first inning runs for the Brewers tonight. Padres have traded away just about half their bullpen.
That's the truth.
Scherzer with 4 strikeouts. He's walked 1. He's scattered 3 singles. And the 0-2 pitch is lifted to the right side. Zimmerman says he's got it. He's under and he's there. 3 up, 3 down. We're halfway through game 2. 1-0 Washington in front. Couple of heartbreaking losses back to back, Andre, for the Giants, as Houston wins at AT&T Park today. Here it's 1-0 Washington. Mentioned earlier how good Scherzer and Newcomb have been. Get a load of this. Newcomb has thrown strike one to 12 of his first 16 batters. Scherzer to 12 of his first 19. That's why you got a 1-0 game. A little pop, softly hit. Markakis galloping, diving, and can't hang on. And Taylor never stopped running. He'll stand at second base with a leadoff bloop double. Great hustle by Taylor. And he's standing exactly where he should be on an excellent hustle play.
Gosh, I thought Nick got this for a second, and then I saw it roll out from under him. When it disappeared under him, I thought he had it. But you're right. If Taylor's just a spectator, he's still at first. He hustled to get to second.
So it wasn't hard hit, but it was hit in a perfect spot. And now Newcomb with the 8 and 9 hitters coming up. Still has a chance to get out of this. Down only 1 run. Wieters flied out to left his first time up. He'll try to move Taylor to third base. That's because Max Scherzer has 15 hits in 49 tries. He is no ordinary hitting pitcher.
Wieters hit the ball hard his first time.
That's hit to the left side. That won't advance the runner. And Freeman stretches out for out number 1. Here's Scherzer. Good pitch. Newcomb got the result he wanted. Runner at second, 1 out.
Just try not to make another mistake to Scherzer like he did on that slow curve first time up.
Well, this is a Nationals team that gets a lot of mileage out of their pitchers hitting well. The Nationals pitching staff is number 1 in batting average in the National League. Scherzer's 3rd inning hit is the 33rd hit by their pitchers this year.
That's impressive.
And this one's popped up. On the first pitch, Freddie Freeman says he has it, and 2 are out. So Newcomb throws strike 1 to Wieters and Scherzer. And now he's an out away from escaping. Down only a run with the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the Braves' 6th.
Scherzer has some interesting columns filled up offensively, not just with a double and 5 RBIs sacrifice. He's been hit by pitches twice, he's been walked once, and he's stolen a base.
What? Come on. I could just hear Tom Glavine, fingers on the keyboard as we speak.
Yeah.
He's an athlete, you know.
He is that.
1 ball, no strikes. By the way, we forgot to mention the other day the anniversary of Tom Glavine's 300th win was just a few days ago. So Tommy, happy anniversary for your special milestone. That victory came against the Cubs at Wrigley Field, an unforgettable night. 2 balls, no strikes for Turner.
Just trying to run that pitch away from him and get him to hit it off the end of the bat, but it was too far off the plate.
I'd be careful here. Turner was straightened up. Pitch missed inside. It's a 2-out walk. Now he's got the lefty-lefty matchup, but Soto's touched him for a home run, the only run of the game.
Even Turner, stutter step there. He thought might have been a strike. He was taking all the way. So a home run and a strikeout on Soto. Let's see who wins this battle. It's an important one.
Kurt's going with the touch signs now. And then the traditional finger signs with 2 outs. And he throws strike 1 to Soto.
These guys have gotten a lot of strikes called at the top of the zone tonight.
And nobody's arguing. Jerry Lane's been excellent and consistent back there in game 2. No balls and a strike. 2 on, 2 out. Good try. But it missed. Ball 2.
That was a pretty good pitch. That's a pretty good indication of Soto and recognizing pitches. Tough pitch to lay off.
You don't want to get to Rendon with the bases loaded if you can avoid it. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch number 81. And he got the corner at 93 miles an hour. A gorgeous pitch. And now it's even 2-2.
That was a good one.
He's mad at himself, not at the call. So what does Sean come up with now?
So you can get him to chase again. Tried. Wasn't close enough.
So the runners will go with a 3-2 pitch. Here it is. He struck him out. Jerry Lane rings him up.
79-mile-an-hour changeup.
A thing of beauty. The Nationals strand a pair in the 5th inning, and 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Atlanta. Suzuki might have stolen strike 3.
Leadoff double by Taylor. Sean Newcomb did some of his best pitching right here. 3-2 count, and it wasn't a changeup. It was a big, slow curveball right at the bottom of the zone. Just a perfect spot, and he got the call. What a job by Sean to get out of the inning.
So a little Max Scherzer-like work. Remember, Scherzer had 2 on, nobody out in the 4th and wiggled out of trouble. Newcomb works around the leadoff 2-base hit by Taylor to keep it a 1-run game. Now let's see if the 3rd time through the order is helpful for Atlanta. Scherzer threw 33 pitches in the 4th inning, needed just 10 in the 5th. Charlie Culberson hits a high fly ball deep left. Soto back as far as he can go. That ball is a goner. A home run ties it up. Maybe that makes up for a little chin music earlier in the game. Culberson with another big home run against the Nationals.
Like something down and in that he dropped the barrel on, and you're right, Chip. He got dusted his first time up and almost hit one out then. But he got a mistake. Like a little slider in. He's been really good with that tonight. That front door slider, not there. Charlie comes through again.
His second homer in as many games. His second homer of the day. He homered in the 9th inning in game 1. He launches here in the 6th to tie it up at 1 apiece.
Goodness, he's been valuable.
His 7th home run of the year. So now Freddie Freeman's up. And Scherzer just struck him out on 3 pitches. Freddie down on strikes for the 2nd time in the game.
th homer allowed by Scherzer this year, which may be somewhat of a surprise, but he's around the plate. You know, he makes mistakes once in a while because he doesn't walk anybody.
Nick Markakis singled on an 8-pitch at bat his last time up. And Scherzer slings in strike 1. Everything's as even as it can be. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, 4 left for the Braves. Exact same line score for the Nationals. We are in the 6th inning of game 2. You want a taste of what postseason pitching is like? Well,
Yeah.
here's a pretty good taste for both clubs. So it's 1-2 for Markakis. Suzuki waits next. Line to third. That was sharply hit. And Rendon was Johnny on the spot for out number 2.
Yeah, he was off the line and he hit it so hard he never even got out of the box.
So 2 outs for Kurt Suzuki. Kurt's 0 for 2.
Another one of those drop down fastballs. A little lower arm angle.
And it seems to rise, and it rises to the top of the zone.
Certainly has some comeback on it, tailing back into the right-hander.
One ball, 1 strike. Braves have Newcomb even with Scherzer now on a Charlie Culberson leadoff homer in the 6th. 2 solo homers, all the offense so far in this game. The pitch. That's the man that's hit 1 for the Nationals. Soto's homer came in the 1st.
That would have been one Nick would like to have back. Or excuse me, that Kirk would like to have back.
.33 of those 94 pitches came in the 4th inning. And now the 2-2 pitch. They might have knocked Kevin Seitzer's clipboard over.
Can't have that.
No, it's Kevin's got all of his hitting notes right by his side.
He's been over 100 pitches in every start but 2. The season high is 121.
He's pitched 7 innings or more in 12 of his starts this year. That's what an ace does.
Sure is.
Saves the bullpen, gets a lead, takes it deep, and minimizes the number of outs the relief corps has to get, and normally does it very efficiently. But that man has spoiled his shutout bid with a solo home run. Now it's 2-2. And that one's guided foul at third. Nice crowd here tonight for the nightcap. Had a pretty good crowd for game 1. 26,965 the game 1 attendance under brutally hot and humid weather.
Yeah, I thought it was great because that was the makeup game. And then it got kind of ugly with the thunder and lightning at the end.
And a light misting rain is falling now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly ball center. Taylor chased back, but he'll have plenty of room to make the grab, and that's the inning. Charlie Culberson, how many times has that man come up big for the Braves in clutch spots? He did it again in the 6th inning. He rifles a solo home run to left field to tie this game midway through the 6th inning. Great fun at SunTrust Park in August features a great lineup of schools. Next up are Mississippi State, the University of Georgia, Vanderbilt, and Ole Miss. All you SEC fans coming out to SunTrust Park. Get your tickets online at Braves.com and get your game ticket and co-branded Braves and your college hat today.
That'll get Chan Hartzog fired up, our statistician at home, who's a big Mississippi State Bulldog fan.
Well, Sean Newcomb's got it tied. It's 1-1. He's got Rendon, Harper, and Zimmerman. And the first pitch is whacked out of play, right side foul and into the seats. Strike 1.
There were a lot of things to be impressed with Sean's last outing against the Dodgers, the near no-hitter. To me, one of the most impressive things was that he was still throwing 94, 95 on his 130th, 31st, etc. pitches in the 9th inning.
And that's where I thought Brian Snitker and Chuck Hernandez did an excellent job in that game. Newcomb was passing the eye test as well as the results test. Regardless of the number of pitches he had thrown, there were very few high-stress pitches in that game. The ones that he had came in the 9th inning when he was trying to make history.
And the other thing they did that was smart, and they already had Dan Winkler warming up in the event he ran into any trouble.
And speak of the devil, Dan is warming up right now. The pitch is high, ball 3. Braves would love to get Sean through this 6th inning, tied at 1. The pitch. And he has had excellent luck with this man with that pitch.
Boy, oh boy, I'll say, and on counts that are hitters' counts, confidence, big time confidence in the ability to throw that pitch for a strike, and threw the curveball for a strike to Soto.
Scherzer-like. Off-speed stuff in fastball counts. Very impressive. And he just got his man to swing and miss. That's 6 strikeouts for Newcomb, 1 more than Scherzer, and that's how the 6th inning starts.
And that was exactly where Kurt Suzuki asked for it. Fastball up. And he went right to the top of the zone.
Nice comeback from a 3-1 count. So now it's Newcomb and Harper again. Bryce is 0 for 2 against him. He's bounced out to first and struck out swinging. Swing and a miss. Isn't it funny how in years past we've seen hitters take part in a home run derby and then come out of the gate in the second half and just absolutely fall on their faces because their swing's messed up, or they're tired, or they pull an oblique. Something that Andre and Brian will talk about on the stretch, presented by Advance Auto Parts after the Braves bat in the top of the 7th inning. But that has not happened to Bryce Harper.
If anything, it woke him up. And getting to do it in front of his home crowd.
One ball, 1 strike. And he got that call. But what a difference for Newcomb. When a pitcher can throw strike 1, he can make good hitters very frustrated. And Sean has done that tonight. Strike 1 to 17 of his first 22 hitters.
Great work. Especially to this lineup that's red hot.
The 1-2. And Harper fouled that off. Zimmerman's on deck. Murphy bats behind him.
Another good trait for Sean, and the reputation he's developing as a stopper. That record after a loss, 8-1.
And a 1.84 ERA. In those 9 decisions. Out of play, foul by Harper. He's tied him up a couple of times. That one with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, it was 91 at the top of the zone to Rendon.
Harper jammed himself and skies it to left. Acuna is there and puts it away, 2 outs. So Zimmerman's had the most luck against Newcomb in the game. He's reached twice, once on a walk, once on a single. And Bryce Harper not happy with Jerry Lane's strike zone, it would appear. Newcomb has struck out 6. He and Soto have grumbled the last 2 innings. And that's upstairs, ball 1.
Good pitch. Lost a little bit on the velocity, but he's putting it in a good place. Spotting it.
Sean is pitching tonight like he was earlier this season when he was on that unbelievable roll in rotation. Ground ball up the middle. Dansby off the end of his glove, can't make the play. And Zimmerman's aboard with a 2-out single.
I think Dansby would be the first to tell you he probably should have had this. Looked like he was already trying to position himself to be able to bounce up to make the throw on the slide, but didn't have the ball yet. There goes a base hit.
The second for Ryan Zimmerman. Remember, Sean Newcomb this year, beginning with his start April 8th in Colorado, where he went 6 innings of shutout ball at Coors Field, did not lose a game until June 10th in Los Angeles. That was an 11-start stretch for the Braves. It saw him take his record to 7-1 on the year. Tonight he's trying to win his 3rd game in a row. After a 3-game losing streak to start July, he won in Miami and then, as you know, nearly no-hit the Dodgers. Tonight he's gone toe-to-toe with Max Scherzer on the road in a critically important game for the Braves. And he's held this hot-hitting Nationals team to 1 run. Fly ball to left, that'll stay in the park. And Murphy and the Nationals are done in 6 innings. We go to the 7th inning. Sean Newcomb and Max Scherzer putting on a show. It's a 1-1 game. The advanced billing. You said in our opening comments you were looking forward to this matchup tonight. Well, I can see why.
It's been a well-played game. 1 homer for the Nats, 1 homer for the Braves. Carry on.
And here are your lines. Newcomb and Scherzer have gone toe-to-toe. Sean with 1 more strikeout and 1 more walk than the Nationals starter tonight. He is due 4th in this 7th inning. We'll see if he is allowed to remain in the game, but you noticed right around 100 pitches or so that Sean, after that long outing against the Dodgers, his velocity was tailing off a tad.
Yeah, he actually, a couple of them were 89, 90, 91. So we'll see if he goes back out. Nobody, is anybody warming up?
Dan Winkler was.
Uh-huh.
Some guys are moving around, stretching, getting loose, but nobody's throwing at the moment. Sean's thrown 102 pitches unofficially. Scherzer is about to throw number 101. Ender Inciarte leads off. He's 1 for 2, a 2nd inning single. Highlights his night. And that missed outside, ball 2. Scherzer still throwing very hard at 100 pitches. 95 inside corner. And that'll bounce into the Nationals dugout foul. It's 2-2.
This fastball is still good enough that when he locates it like on that called strike to ender up and in, kinda, it's hard to square it up, hard to get the bat to it. He threw him a slider down and in. That's a little easier to drop the barrel on if he makes a mistake with it.
So the 2-2 pitch. And Ender fought that off. Hey, the Braves have not just gone up there hacking against this guy tonight. They've made him work a time or two.
They've had a good game plan.
Some long individual at bats, couple of long innings for Scherzer. He's in a 1-1 fight in the 7th inning now. That's out of play, foul. It's still 2-2. Games like this remind me of when the Braves and Phillies were in their heyday, and the Braves would face Roy Halladay or Cliff Lee. A lot of one-run games, low-scoring games, where one little thing usually is the difference maker. Who will be the hero in the final 3 tonight? The pitch is bounced to first. Zimmerman has it play off his chest. Scherzer didn't spectate, got to the bag, and there's the first out. So Johan Camargo's up. He's 1 for 2. He's our Synovus Greatness Made Here feature.
This ballpark very kind to him. 455 average. The Braves had a golden opportunity in the 4th inning. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Couldn't get that run in from 3rd. Camargo was the last batter of the inning and grounded out. If they could have had that ground out first, they'd have been on the board early.
Camargo leads the club in RBIs since June the 1st. 9 homers and 35 runs batted in since then. And Scherzer had him off stride. It's 0-2. Now Dan Winkler gets back up with 1 out. The base is empty.
He probably just took a break because he was already ready.
And now the 0-2.
We saw Johan do it to DeGrom. He could do it to Scherzer too, and that's what Kevin Seitzer calls tucking their hands in and getting the hips clear so you can get the barrel to the baseball.
That shot toward short. Turner's got it. Long throw right on the money. Pretty play. So 2 are out. Dansby Swanson will be the hitter. Hopefully he'll keep the inning alive a little longer. When the 7th is done, we'll send you to the stretch, presented by Advance Auto Parts.
Might have noticed that the Nationals weren't playing Camargo quite as much up the middle that time.
Dansby's grounded out and struck out. Slider, and it was wicked. 0-1. Five up, 5 down for Scherzer after the Culberson game-tying homer. And he's due up 3rd in the 7th inning, so Dave Martinez might have a decision to make when the Nationals come up. Ozzie Albies on deck. As Dansby digs in 0-2. 28,000 plus cheering on Max Scherzer. And he just struck out Swanson on 3 pitches. His 6th strikeout. What a game, what a duel. Newcomb and Scherzer were tied at 1. Time to enjoy the 7th inning stretch. Ozzy Albies, he's going to come in and play second base and bat 9th. Charlie Culberson moves to shortstop. Dansby Swanson out of the game. Dan Winkler will come on to pitch and be placed 8th on the lineup card. And he has the lower third of the Nationals order coming up.
2 outings on this road trip. He got credit for a hold in each one of them at New York. The last one, 1 inning, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. His ERA under 3 again.
First pitch swing, line drive by Taylor to right, and there's the first out. Winkler's pitched well against Washington, now 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, and only 4 hits allowed. Now he'll face Matt Wieters, and then we'll see if Scherzer will be allowed to hit in a 1-1 game.
They do have some action in their pen.
They've got a lot of thunderous choices on their bench as well. We'll see how it works out here as Wieters, batting left-handed now, takes a tad low, I suppose. Ball 1. And it'll be Matt Adams to the on-deck circle for Scherzer.
For Wieters, he's got 4 homers, 3 of them left-handed.
One ball, 1 strike. And that's upstairs. Adams, who waits next, is second on the Nationals club in homers with 18.
Hard for him to get in the lineup right now.
Right. Out of play. And Dan's back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If If you can play the Nationals and win games that Max Scherzer pitches, boy, that is a huge lift. Braves aren't there yet. They're tied at 1. As this one's popped down the left field line, long run. It's going to kiss the chalk. It's a fair ball. Another blue pit for the Nationals, this time off the bat of Matt Wieters. Taylor had 2 innings ago to lead off the frame. And he's aboard with 1 out.
Keep an eye on Wieters to see if they pinch run for him. A high pitch that he just kind of fought off. Put it right on the chalk.
So Brian Snitker is on his way out. I'm guessing he doesn't like the righty-lefty matchup here. No signal yet to the bullpen. Braves do have a lefty up there. And it's Jesse Biddle getting loose. But he just got up a second ago. Brian will stand on the top of the mound as long as Jerry Lane allows it. And now he is going to make the change. So Winkler's going to come out. Matt Adams has been announced as the pinch hitter. It'll be Biddle versus Adams, or perhaps someone else. We'll find out after the break.
And by SunTrust. Confidence starts here.
Pretty night in Washington and an excellent pitching duel in game 2 of our doubleheader today. Jesse Biddle is on to pitch. A capital idea would be to retire Matt Adams in this tie game at 1.
Boy, he's been so good. Picked up his first career save Sunday at New York in extra innings. Gave up a hit, but zeros across. Has not given up a run in his last 6 outings. And that dates back to an outing here in Washington on July 20th. ERA down to 2.30.
So the final line for Max Scherzer, 7 innings. I've got him with 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and the Charlie Culberson homer. So it'll be a battle of the bullpens as former Brave Matt Adams digs in. Again, what a huge pickup for Washington to get Matt Adams, who basically took Adam Lynn's spot on their roster. All he's done is hit 18 homers in 84 games. Second highest homer total on the team to Bryce Harper's 27.
Hitting .235 against lefties. Last year he struggled against left-handers for Atlanta. But one of his homers this year against a lefty. Yeah, he's been a great sign.
Talk a lot about the big reverse splits that Jesse Biddle has had as a relief pitcher. By that we mean left-handed hitters have had better luck against him than righties. Jesse's been whittling that down, though. There was a time where they were hitting well over 300 against him. They're down in the 270s. And he's quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. And 3 pitches takes care of Adams. And Biddle's good work continues out of the bullpen. A big first batter retired. 2 outs.
Well, what a good job, and nice slider there off the plate to get him to chase. Got a very dangerous hitter.
And another one digging in, Trey Turner. He's lined out, hit into a forced play and walked. I don't know about you, but I feel like Soto and Turner and Harper are coming up every inning.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Man, oh man. Already Turner's 4th trip to the plate. And he's got an even count. Good live fastball, 96.
Can't hit a better spot than that.
Turner fought that off to stay alive. It's still 1-2. Ryan Madsen's going to be the new Nationals pitcher. He will follow Max Scherzer. Braves will have Albies, Acuna, and Culberson coming up when we get to the 8th. Jesse ready for his 2-2 pitch to Trey Turner. It's downstairs, a full count. It's now an advantage for Washington. Wieters, who's not blessed with great speed, will get a head start with a payoff and 2 outs.
Yeah, you want to make sure to keep the ball in front of you if you're in the outfield, nothing over your head, because he will be running on this full count.
Biddle's ready. The runner goes. And it's strike 3 at the belt. Turner flips the helmet, slams the bat. He'll get fined for that. Nationals are not happy with Jerry Lane's strike zone. Braves fans think it's perfect. And that pitch was belt high and right down Broadway. We go to the 8th inning, tied up. If you buy a VIP meet and greet package for August 31st, you'll meet Ronald, take a photo with him, and maybe even get an autograph too. Then you can head down to the field to watch the Braves take batting practice before the game. Space is limited for this very special event. Get your VIP meet and greet tickets today at braves.com/VIP. The Pittsburgh Pirates will be in town for their lone visit to SunTrust Park on August 31st. Part of a long homestand featuring the Rays, Cubs for a game, Pittsburgh, and Boston. So, no more Max Scherzer, but another tough hombre. Ryan Madsen is on. He's in his 46th game.
Big, strong right-hander, throws hard, upper 90s with a curveball and a changeup.
Ozzie Albies' first at bat of the game is underway. A swing and a miss. Ozzie loves to swing at the first pitch. He swings at the first pitch roughly 47% of all of his at bats. One of the higher percentages in baseball. He unloads on the second pitch and flies softly to center. Taylor's there for out number 1.
With the injury to Doolittle, their closer, they've had to kind of share the wealth, spread it around a little bit to finish games. Madsen's picked up 4 saves. Doolittle, when he went on the DL, had 22 of them.
Well, if you missed game 1, they signed Greg Holland before the day's play. Holland gave up a walk, but then struck out 3 hitters in his Nationals debut.
Kelvin Herrera has 3 since he joined the club, was traded for.
1-0 pitch is right there, a strike. But you look at the Braves and Nationals, one stat really jumps out at me, and that's the record in 1-run games. The Braves are 15-8 this year in 1-run affairs. The Nationals are 11-18.
Goodness.
That's a big difference. And this is a Washington bullpen that, at least on paper, was having much better results than the Braves was. Yet Atlanta, 10 fewer 1-run losses than the Nationals here in the first week of August. One ball, 2 strikes from Madsen to Acuna. And rolled foul. Did Ronald get Wieters on the backswing there? He looked back at the Nationals catcher.
I don't know. It was a big one-handed finish. He may have.
And strike 3 rings him up and out of the zone. Acuna spits out the gum and takes a hack at that. And now it's his turn to shake his head as he's out number 2 in the 8th inning. And here's the hitting hero for the Braves, Charlie Culberson. A big stroke in the 6th inning. That's our Zaxby's indescribably good play and player.
7 homers on the season, 4 of them against the Nationals, including one tonight off Max Scherzer. A game tire in the 6th.
I can't imagine how exciting you got to be when you hit a home run off a Cy Young winner.
Well, and to contribute like Charlie does on such a regular basis with irregular play.
Madsen's filling up the strike zone. 9 pitches, 8 strikes.
He came over with Doolittle from Oakland last year.
Base is empty for Charlie. The 0-2 pitch is out of play, foul. Yeah, what a difference a year makes for Washington. They had a big lead in the division. I think at this time last year they had a double-digit divisional lead over the Marlins, or maybe even the Mets. But their bullpen was their Achilles heel. They were so frustrated because they felt they had to win games 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And then Mike Rizzo at the deadline went out and got Kinsler and Madsen and Doolittle, and the rest is history. Pitch. That just missed at 97. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When the Nationals come up, they'll have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters up again. My guess is Jesse Biddle will come back out to pitch. Why not? And a swing and a miss. 97-84 on successive pitches. Boy, that was nasty. 3 up, 3 down for Madsen in a 1-1 game.
Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. By Delta Airlines. And by Synovus, the bank of here.
Well, partner, your 4 keys for Sean Newcomb were right on the money. Keep your walks down and back up that brilliant performance against the Dodgers. He has done that. Winkler and Biddle have worked a scoreless inning combined. Now Juan Soto leads off the 8th inning for the Nationals, and he has accounted for the lone Nationals run with his first inning blast.
Yeah, here we go through the minefield of the middle of their order.
And another strike. Soto was rung up in the 5th inning. Newcomb got a big strike 3 call to erase a leadoff double from Michael Taylor.
That was on a huge curveball. And Turner was called out on a big curveball from Biddle.
Soto has struck out after his first inning homer and just struck out looking again. There's the big breaking ball at 79 miles an hour. He couldn't pull the trigger. Biddle has faced 3 hitters. He's struck them all out.
From what we're seeing here on PitchCast, and I go back to the called third strike on Acuna too, I don't know that there's any argument with what Jerry Lane's doing.
No.
I know the players are unhappy, but they look like strikes.
So here's Rendon. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
I think the one pitch, the fastball outside to Harper that he called a strike last time, it was probably off the plate, but that was not strike 3.
But you can still see how upset Harper was after he flied out. He was yelling at Jerry Lane that that pitch or pitches in that sequence were not strikes. Dangerous count to Rendon. 2 balls, no strikes. Slammed down the line and pulled foul.
That quick.
Camargo hugging the line at third as the 2-1 pitch sails homeward, and it's bounced into the camera well. Look out, Kelsey. It's 2-2. Popped him up. A lot of foul ground here. Freeman near the track and just on the grass puts Rendon in his back pocket. Another big out for Jesse Biddle, and now he faces Bryce Harper, lefty-lefty with 2 outs. Not sure if Bryce Harper's squawking will earn him any bonus points from Jerry Lane. If Lane heard him, and I'm guessing he did, he didn't even look into the Nationals dugout after Bryce was retired in the 6th.
So for 3 against Jesse with 3 strikeouts.
And out of play, foul, a strike. Boy, he has been getting ahead of hitters, as has every Braves pitcher tonight.
And regardless of what happens tonight, what an acquisition Jesse Biddle has been for the Atlanta Braves, and how he has really filled in wonderfully in the bullpen and assuming an even heavier responsibility now with his work. Again, a former first-round pick who had elbow problems but healthy, and Braves front office did a great job of signing him and getting him in the organization.
So he's gotten ahead of Harper 0-2. He's had an excellent hook. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Must have had a lot of rain in New York tonight. Reds lead the Mets 3-1. That game's now in the 3rd inning at Citi Field. Cardinals lead Miami 3-2 in the top of the 9th inning. Here it's 1-1, bottom 8. Bryce Harper versus Jesse Biddle, and the pitch. Kelvin Herrera's up in the Nationals bullpen. Looks like he's going to come on and pitch the 9th.
Jesse wanted to swing on that one. It was close enough for Harper to offer at it, but laid off. Tried it again.
The 2-2 pitch. And Harper putting up a big fight here in the 8th.
Well, we said when this doubleheader started that he's locked in. He's atoning for what had been a bad first half for him. Still had his homers, but not much else. But he was not pulling off the ball, not bailing, and he's putting up a fight here with this lefty.
And he just lost the fight. Jesse Biddle has come in an inning and 2/3 with 4 strikeouts. Brilliant work by the Braves bullpen in game 2. Harper's taken care of. We go to the 9th, and Freddie Freeman's coming up.
Between the Nationals and the Braves. And guys, if you're liking this game, we have another game coming at you tomorrow, and it's going to be a pretty good pitching matchup with Mike Foltynewicz taking the mound. So let's preview it with our T-Mobile Built for Baseball. Like I mentioned, it'll be Folty taking on Tommy Malone. Mike Foltynewicz is 8-7 with a 3.04 ERA. He's coming off of that good start versus the Mets. Malone pitching in only his 3rd game of the season. So game 3 of this series will start tomorrow at 6:30 on Fox Sports Southeast. But guys, let's take care of this one first.
You bet.
It's been a beauty.
Brian Snitker and the Braves tied 1-1. Freddie Freeman will lead off the 9th inning. Kelvin Herrera is on after being acquired from Kansas City. He's 3 for 3 in saves since joining the Nationals. This not a save situation, as Freddie rifles one to left on the first pitch of the inning.
Great start to the inning against a hard thrower. 95-97. Nice job there with that one running away from him a little bit.
You say it all the time, and you're so right. When a pitcher at this level makes a mistake, major league hitters 90% of the time don't miss it. And Freeman didn't there. And Markakis is up. And takes a strike. So the Braves have their leadoff man on. It's only the third time that's happened tonight. The second time was Culberson's home run.
That snapped a string of 9 in a row set down by the Nationals. Freddie's hit.
Markakis has seen Herrera 7 times. He's got 2 hits. Both hits are doubles. Nothing in 1. And a line drive. That's going to get down for a hit. Soto charges aggressively and holds Freeman at second. So back-to-back hits for the Braves. Now it gets interesting. Let's see how Brian Snitker plays it here. Kurt Suzuki 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 7 against Herrera.
Almost the exact same pitch that Freddie hit. That one might have been a little bit higher. And leave it to the 2 guys in the middle again.
It's kind of like the anything you can do, I can do better line, right? Freddie gets a hit, Markakis gets a hit. And so a golden opportunity again for Atlanta.
There was a great shot of Eric Young giving Freddie a heads up about a Herrera pitch. Be alive if he throws it in the dirt.
Suzuki a liner and caught. Rendon with a sprawling diving catch, saved a base hit, maybe a run. Incredible reaction.
Mercy. Right on the cut of the grass. And what reactions. Amazing play. Maybe a game saver for them, at least for the moment. What a tough break for Kurt, who hit that right on the button.
So Ender's the batter. He's got a hit in 3 tries and takes outside, ball 1. You mentioned how few errors Rendon has committed at third base this year. He's not just a slugging third baseman. He is an elite defender. Hot shot, fair ball, headed for the corner. That's going to score Freddie. It kicks off the wall. Ball gets by Harper. Markakis around third. Throw toward the plate. Offline, and the Braves get 2 in the 9th.
Did you see the excitement of Ender Inciarte when he got to third base? That was awesome. This ball hits the stands where it juts out in foul territory. And Harper was over to get it, but then he kind of overran it. He starts to come get it here on the ricochet, but he overruns it. And that's what gave Nick room to score.
And look at all the Braves fans waving those runners home here in the 9th inning. It's a triple. And now Herrera's got some discomfort. The Nationals trainer is going to head to the mound and check him out. Even Ozzie Albies, you could see in that great shot from the stands, was waving the runners home from the Atlanta dugout. What a hit. And what a 9th inning for the Braves. Back-to-back singles. Suzuki robbed, and then Inciarte shoots one down the right field line for a bases clearing triple.
Yeah, and it was right on the line. You get robbed on one side and you get a break on the other by keeping it fair. And Herrera's going to come out.
After facing 4 batters, 3 hits, and a line drive rocket. Braves 3, Nationals 1. What a 9th inning. dramatic fashion thanks to Ender in Ciarte.
Visit Synovus for your banking, lending, and investing needs. Synovus, the bank of here.
2-hit game for Ender.
That was just such an exciting moment there to see him get to third base knowing 2 runs had scored, and the excitement when he was looking in the dugout and the payback they were giving him from the dugout too was wonderful.
And it all started with Freddie Freeman's base hit on the first pitch of the inning. Markakis singled. Suzuki robbed by Rendon. And then Ender picked him up with that triple down the right field line, and that'll bring Justin Miller on. He'll have as much time as he wants as Herrera left with injury.
Yeah, you're right. Freddie hit the first pitch. Markakis hit the second pitch. Suzuki hit the first pitch. And Ender hit the second pitch. They were getting after Herrera early.
And so a Nationals bullpen that has undergone a lot of revision is already without Doolittle. They've traded Kinsler. Kelly is gone, and Herrera has to leave with injury here in game 2. A game started by Max Scherzer, and Scherzer and Newcomb just matched each other pitch for pitch. So far tonight, the battle of the bullpens has gone the Braves' way. So Miller says he's ready. Now Johan Camargo, the batter. See if he can provide a fly ball and get Ender home with a very big insurance run. It's a 3-1 Atlanta game.
Miller pitched in game 1, 2/3 of an inning, a couple of fly ball outs, throws hard, good slider. They'll put Camargo on.
And so Adam Duvall is going to stride to the batter's box. He's going to bat for Biddle. Boy, was Jesse Biddle brilliant. An inning and 2/3. No hits, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. A.J. Minter will get the ball for the 9th. And the Braves have already gone through Soto, Rendon, and Harper. So it's Duvall and Miller. And a late swing. He lost his helmet too. Strike 1. You mentioned earlier Miller throws very hard.
The ball faced him in game 1, flied out to left and hit it pretty well.
He's 1 for 2 against him with a double.
Got 2 in. Be nice to get a 3rd.
Slightly late, and it's quickly 0-2. Brad Brock is also loosening up. Game 3 is here tomorrow night. Don't know how it could top this one. This has been a great Major League Baseball game, an instant classic. Miller ready with his 0-2 pitch. And fought off foul. Phillies in Arizona are underway. That game's in the first inning. Zach Greinke is the man on the mound for the Diamondbacks. He hasn't lost since June 23rd. He's 12-6 on the year. Nick Pavetta's going for the Phillies. Braves will be big Diamondback fans tonight. Now the 0-2 is cut on and missed. Miller gets Duvall to strike out, second out of the inning.
Just kept moving a little bit more in until he found a place that Adam couldn't handle it. Maybe Ozzie can pick him up, get that 3rd run in the inning in.
Ozzie's had 1 at bat tonight. That came in the 8th inning. He flied out.
2 for 4 in game 1.
Miller tried to get him to chase. He wouldn't do it. Ball 1.
understand why there's a sub 200 batting average for right-handers against Miller. The way he hides the ball, lefty's not a lot better. 227.
I mean, as he takes his set position, it looks like his shoulders are parallel with where the shortstop would be. I mean, he is really keeping that front shoulder pointed toward the third base dugout. Almost impossible, it looks like, for hitters to pick up the ball from the right side. And now the 1-1 pitch to Ozzie, batting left-handed. First and third, 2 outs. And that's into the seats out of play. It's now 1-2.
Ball's on you quickly, too. That fastball right in on Ozzie's hands.
Two-run triple for Ender, the second of 2 big blows in this game for the Braves offense. The pitch is cut on and caught by Matt Wieters. But what an inning. The Braves jump all over Kelvin Herrera. 2 runs, 3 hits. Ender chases home Freeman and Markakis with a bases clearing triple, and the Braves lead by 2 with 3 outs to get. Alumni for Alumni Weekend, which is coming your way this weekend. Johnny Estrada will be there, Ralph Garr, Marquise Grissom, Pete Smith, Zane Smith, Jerome Walton, Terry Pendleton, Alejandro Pena, and others. We'll have the Alumni Softball Home Run Derby, alumni photos on the field. Come see your favorite Brave alumnus during Alumni Weekend. Log on to Braves.com for all the event highlights.
A.J. Minter suffered his first blown save in New York Sunday on the home run by Mesoraco, but the Braves came back to win the game. He's back out there. Don't give the Nationals any room to get excited about a comeback.
And that means getting the first man, Zimmerman, who's been on base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. And A.J. delivers a strike. Everyone was disappointed that A.J. blew his first save, but they're not disappointed with how it happened. Mesoraco just ambushed him and hit the ball a country mile to left in New York. And the Braves won the game on a Markakis homer in New York in the 10th, you might recall. The pitch. Strike 2 call. And now Zimmerman is grumbling. Nationals have been shaking their heads a lot at Jerry Lane over these last 3 or 4 innings. Line over third. It's a base hit on an 0-2 count. That'll bounce off the wall. Acuna's throw to second is going to be late. It's a leadoff double for Zimmerman. And the Nationals do have some hope. They'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Left a cutter right in the middle of the plate. Good swing, squared it up. Did not miss the mistake.
Well, Sean Newcomb was able to pitch her out a leadoff double in the 5th inning. Let's see if Minter can do the same here in the 9th. It's a lefty-lefty sequence here with Daniel Murphy. Murphy's hit to a double play. He's struck out and he's flied out. 3-1 Atlanta, but the tying run in the box. And as their lineup card moves down toward the bottom of the order, you start looking at the extra players they have available. Wilmer Defoe's a switch hitter. Mark Reynolds a right-hand hitter with power, and Spencer Keyboom their backup catcher. They have Adam Eaton from the left side as well. They've already used Matt Adams in a pinch. Ball 2. A 3-hit night for Ryan Zimmerman. 6 hits on the day.
Got to stay aggressive. Got to stay aggressive in the zone here on Murphy.
Popped up. Camargo and Culberson. It'll be Charlie in foul ground to make the play. There's out number 1. And here's Taylor. Be wary of this guy. He may not have impressive numbers, but he's got some pop, and he showed that in the playoffs last year with a ton of postseason home runs. He's hit but 5 this year, and in game 2 is 1 for 3 with that double I mentioned a moment ago.
Yeah, it was a hustle double too after a diving effort by Nick.
That one got away. Did it hit him?
Might be a break in this way. Well, not really, not with a 2-run lead. I was thinking they're going to have to make Zimmerman go back, but I think it did clip him. Yeah, foot.
So a dead ball will chase Zimmerman back to second base. Taylor is at first, and Chuck Hernandez out to try to calm down A.J. Minter. For now, the tying runs are aboard, and the winning run is in the batter's box in the form of Matt Wieters. If you can get the ball on the ground, you'd think Wieters would be an ideal double play candidate.
I think that was a case of just overthrowing, trying to make sure he didn't make a mistake with that cutter like he did to Zimmerman, and he overcooked it. But you are right. Catcher speed, ground ball would be very nice. Take your chances.
Two on, one out, bottom of the 9th inning. Missed upstairs, ball 1. If Wieters isn't doubled up, Mark Reynolds has grabbed a bat and waits on deck. Crowd hushed as Wieters tried to win the game with that swing, and he came up empty.
One of the things about the double play, you know about all the rules at second base protecting the infielders, but Taylor is able to get a huge lead at first base, and he can be on top of whoever's trying to turn that double play if you don't give it to him quickly. Got to get the ground ball first, of course.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now it's 2-1 from Minter. The pitch. Line caught. Throw back to second. Double play, and that's your ball game. The line drives to third are even, and so is the result of this day's doubleheader. Wieters hits a rocket to Camargo. He throws to Albies to double up Zimmerman, and the Braves win by a final score of 3-1 in most improbable fashion at Nationals Park.
And very, very fortunate that Zimmerman decided to break on the crack of the bat. What a finish, what a ball game, what a day. Great job by the Braves to bounce back, and as a start for the Nationals by Scherzer, and Atlanta comes on top.
Newcomb was indeed a stopper, allowing only 1 run in 6 innings. Biddle wins it, Minter saves it, Herrera takes the loss, and in 2 hours and 54 minutes, the Braves have evened up this series at a game apiece. As we said, an instant classic in Washington tonight. Braves 3, Nationals 1. A lot of great stuff to talk about on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. That is coming up after a great day of baseball in our nation's capital.